on? Are we on? Hello, and welcome to your appointment with fear. My name is Dr. Kilmore Peoples, and I have been brought to you this very day via the wonderful technology of Build Your Own Pop Band, where you too could be appearing at Wembley Arena just like that person who was there once, you know. What's her name? Chapter 5. The thugs have bought into the illusion. Did you see those folk with the bald heads and tattoos who rioted in the UK a few weeks back? I did, and it was a sight. I mean, if you're going to go down to old prison town, then you need to go for better reasons than looting and stealing sausage rolls. That's just dumb. The thing is, you can't reason with an idiot. However, if they were able to share a brain cell, then they might realise that they use fear as a tool out of fear. They have been told to fear something, so use the age-old tactic of instilling fear in others because they live in fear. It's like if someone keeps accusing you of cheating, generally it is because they cheat themselves. The same goes with television. If someone keeps telling you that Love Island is a load of crap, it's generally because they are closet watchers, which doesn't mean that they spy on wardrobes. However, that is a good subject to talk about in another episode, and I think it's very important to cover. When Nigel Garridge talks incessantly of his fear of immigrants, I imagine it is because he is one and he doesn't want anyone to know. Or perhaps he doesn't know. Maybe he has a house with lots of immigrationalists within. Perhaps he goes around saving them like coupons. I don't know, I'm making all this up, but like previous people who remind me of him, it is using the old magic of distraction. Yes, the very idea of all this is an illusion, and the thuggery bulldogs of white males have fallen for it hook, line and stinker. Now, it's time to come off of the politics and onto something far more palatable. Fear. Why fear fear? There is really not much point in fearing fear because it is the feeling of fear you are fearing. You are, in effect, fearing the fear of fear, and the only way to stop fearing the fear of fear is to understand that the fearing of fear is no way to deal with the feeling of fear. To overcome fear, you have to learn to love it, and to redraw it within your mind as something that is unknown and you cannot control the outcome. Actually, the fear is a freedom. It is breaking down the barriers, the walls you have created. It is opening up the world to a whole new level. You are levelling up in a game, and the game is called life. This is the part where I introduce the book. Here it is. Not over my face, you buffoon. That's better. Now, to release the feeling of fear, you should introduce yourself to your strengths. I know, this is tricky, right? If we start to talk about all the things we are good at, our heads get enormous, and so we are told we would not get out of the front door. This is another fear instilled into us for this illusion we call society. Soak it up, soak it up. So, what I'm asking you to do is to list your strengths. You know what they are, it's just that we've been conditioned to not talk about them. Be big-headed. Pat yourself on the back. Be honest with yourself. This is your time to shine your eyes. Which sounds a bit weird, shining your eyes. I would suggest not doing this in front of a mirror. I tried it and threw up all over my face. Nobody likes a know-it-all. Who invented that? Someone who was jealous of someone who knew something that they didn't. This phrase comes from fear. So be a know-it-all, and in knowing it all, know that in actual fact you know nothing. But you do know your strengths. So write them down. And here you can draw up a box of your gifts. Now I have said book that I was talking about when I was setting things. It's right here. And within said book that I was setting about, there is an adventure sheet. So make your own adventure sheet for life. You can use this as a template, or you can make your own up. It's entirely up to you. I'm not in charge of what your mind is wanting to do. So you will need skill, stamina, and luck. I did say luck. However, luck is not real, but it is your reason and your attraction. You become what you think, so be bold with yourself. List down all the things you are good at in your skill. You can create a bigger box. It doesn't have to be this size. All the things you are strong with in your stamina. You can make a bigger box. It doesn't have to be this size. All the things you want in life, in luck. You know what I'm going to say. Finally, when you're nearly done, write down one thing that you believe is your superpower. Put it in a box. Mine is simple. I drink tea for a living. The hours are long and I need to go to the toilet a lot, but it does give me a wonderful insight into the world of biscuits, which should actually be a theme park when you come to think of it. So kick the fear of fear into the dumpster and stop fearing the fear of fear in order to embrace the fear of fear and reframe it as growth. Fear is good if you no longer fear it, and just take it as a wall to climb over, a boundary to overcome, and all boundaries are illusions anyway. Just ask right-wingers at their next riot. Did I say riot? I meant meeting. Next time, I will be taking a look at closet watchers. No, we won't. That's what I do every Thursday night. Instead, I will be diving into the weird world of highly sensitive peoples. Until then, thank you for listening. Stay fresh, cheese bags.